Hello YouTube, filming this after Midlands Strongest Man. Thought I'd come on and give a little breakdown to all six of you. Little joke there for you because no one watches the channel, but we persevere and carry on. Appreciate all six of you. I've got the scoreboard in front of me if I keep looking down. So we're going to go through the events one by one. There were 6 events yesterday. I will always say that I think Midlands Strongest Man is the hardest qualifier now. The standard's amazing. Obviously, Dean Mason, who won England's last year, is from the Midlands Pathway. Drew Redfern, who also qualified from the Midlands Pathway. And yeah, we've got some really strong guys coming through at the minute. So there was 12 of us yesterday. A few of which have been to England's before, and a few newcomers which I knew were going to be very, very good. Yoke was first. We had a really, really cool motorbike yoke. So we had a motocross bike on each side of us, and it was really well put together, solid frame, but it was just a bit harder than a normal yoke. Really, weighed a little bit more than we thought it was going to. It was earmarked to be a 400 kilo yoke. It was probably closer to 415 apparently. Doesn't make a massive difference, does it, at this kind of weight, 10 to 15 kilos. So, but it was really, really good. It's just hard to control. You don't realise when something's that massive and you've got a motorbike on each side, there's so much more swing, and you have to be. It pays off to be a bit more steady. So I did a couple of pickups with it, set my pick height a little bit lower than I normally would, because a little bit of swing in the centre means that at the edges that's amplified, and there was a lot of people knocking the back and the front and stuff. So I had a couple of test pickups first, which were really important, I think, to do, and I got someone to film me from the side, and I identified like my normal yoke height was probably a bit too high for this yoke, so I thought I'll sacrifice that little bit of kind of speed that you get from having a higher pick, and I will go a bit lower, guarantee that it's not smacking around on the floor and putting me off. And it paid off because I won that event. So that was a really, really good start. I was expecting to do well in it, not necessarily expecting to win. I know there's a couple of other good jokers there. Will Mellish, very good joker. Josh, very good joker. And there's a couple of guys I didn't know there. So, but yeah, won that. So log was next. We had to put in 3 lifts beforehand. So my 3 lifts were 152.5, 162.5 and 170. Now I did say that your opener, that's staying. But the second 2 lifts, if you want to change anything, you can, which I thought was a good way to do it. So 152.5 went very well. It was if you know your logs, if you're a man of culture or a lady of culture, there's there's loads of different logs knocking about the UK. You've got PSP logs, the JT logs that are the best logs, Rebel Strength logs, and you've got a few other brands as well. And obviously you get some random fellas in the garages welding them up as well. But this was an early Rebel Strength log, and the handles are scalloped really deep, and the handles sit really deep in the log, which means when it's on your chest, it's actually further away. So it's a shorter press range of motion slightly, but at the same time, a lot of people tend to press back on themselves, and we saw that a couple of times. People falling over with the logs or dropping it because they're pressing too far behind. But I've trained on one quite a bit actually. Dedicated in Liverpool's got one, an early Rebel one, and it's the same log. So went well for me. I did the 160. So I did the 152.5, easy enough. 162.5 actually felt even better because I was getting warmer. And then I kind of played it tactically in the third. So at this point, I was winning with the 162.5. And then someone went from 160 to 170. They failed their 170. Adam King played a blinder and did a 165 log, and that scored him really well. So that got him second place, I believe. Yeah, second place. And then that meant that I could either go for my 170 that I put in, or I could reduce it for a bit. So I didn't go with the 170. I went for 167.5 because it just made sense. I probably would have got the 170, but what would be the point? All I needed to win was 167.5 and really confident with that kind of weight. So did it, no problem, won that event. So that again scored me 12 points. Then we had Adam in second with 11, and we had Will Mellish in third with 10. His loggers come on loads. He did a 160, I believe. So the third event was the sandbags. So this was 100, 120 and a 140 sandbag, and it was supposed to be over 15 metres. When they got there, they realised the setup was a lot shorter than that, so it was more like 5 metres or something, so it turned into a real speed event. It's fine, these things happen, especially the promoters at Midlands like to move the event every year, so they don't always know exactly what their layout's going to be. And I appreciate them moving it every year. I think it keeps it interesting. So yeah, it was a very short run, so tactics really mattered. So I realised that I only had to run 2/3 of the way, and I could throw the bags. I could just kind of lift them and then use my body to push and throw the bag away from me. So the first two I did really, really well. I only ran 2/3 of the way, and then through the rest. The 140, I just fumbled the pick. Made it look much harder than it should look, really. A mistake. So I came third on that event. Will Mellish came second, and Josh came first. So Josh is right down my neck all the way through it. So he came second on the yoke. He came fourth on the log, and then he came first on the. So that all the way through this, there's tiny little points where I've just dropped this, dropped that, and little things that you could have changed, and the outcome would have been different. But yeah, I made a mistake on that, and Will beat me by 0.1 seconds. So onto the deadlift. Now I was really looking forward to the deadlift because my deadlift has been going absolutely amazingly for me. It's been going the best out of any lift in my training. It's just flying. I finished this peak, the kind of weight peak, with 325 kilos for 5, I believe. I then dropped into a conditioning phase, so we did, I think it was 260 for 10, then the next week, and then drop sets of 10 as well, and then I did 270 for 10 as a top set, then I did 280 for 10 as a top set, and then we moved into a speed week and just did sets of, I think we did 10 sets of 3 with 220 or 230, and just did speed, and then onto comp. So yeah, I was really, really happy with my performance on this. I pulled 300 kilos raw for 9 reps. Really happy. My aim going in was 8 to 10. In my brain, it was 10, but it felt really hard at 9th. Looking back at it, you always think, I could have done 10, but realistically, I probably couldn't have. So yeah, 300 for 9. I thought that was a really, really good score. I thought there's a few good deadlifters there. I got a lad called Jamie Nash, good deadlifter. Seen him pull some massive numbers in the gym. Adam King, another good deadlifter, trains at the same gym as me, Strength Asylum. And then also Josh Stanley is a very, very good deadlifter. So all these guys had the potential to do very well in this event. So I thought I need to put a number out there that's going to really, give them something to fight for. The running orders in Ultimate in Midlands don't go in reverse order of the last event. It's a bit mental, but it's what it is. And it meant that I was out second on the deadlift. So I pulled 9 reps. That gave me 11 points because Josh went out there and also pulled. Sorry, 11.5 points because Josh went out there and also pulled 9 reps. I thought 9 reps was going to win, but he did absolutely amazingly. He did really, really well. And then in third with that event was Adam, I believe. Yes, Adam, because Adam pulled. Oh, he was in a joint placing as well with Jamie Nash. I believe they both pulled 6 or 7, something between 6 and 7. So yeah, I mean that gives you the caliber of this competition now. I mean, if you didn't pull 7 reps at 300, you were in 5th. Like that's a mad standard deadlift in my opinion. This is raw as well. This is no suits. So the next event was frame hold with straps for time. So it was a 400 kilo frame hold. 400 kilograms. And it was hold it for as long as possible. I was first out on this event, again, because they do the old school method of running orders. So there's not really a worse event to go first in. Because you tend to find in these events people chip, just they can do that long, I could do a bit longer, that kind of thing. Luckily, that didn't really happen. I went out there first. I put on a really good time. I didn't really know it was a good time. I had no idea what was good. I had someone call me and say a minute. I had someone else say 30 seconds. I had someone else say, I think picking it up will be good. So, anyway, I went out there and I did 37 point something seconds. I didn't know if that was good or not. It turns out that it was pretty good. So Josh came third to me on that, and he held, I think, for 36 seconds. I held for 37, and then Adam smashed it. Adam did it for, I think, something like 40 seconds, something like that. Maybe a little bit longer. So yeah, Adam won that event, did really, really well. I didn't see him. Well, I did see him winning it, actually. I did see him winning that event because it's just right up in his wheelhouse, that kind of horrible shit. But there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros on that event, so it shows how hard it is, really. And then onto the squat. So at Midlands Strongest Man, I've done this competition 4 times now. First year, 3 reps. Second year, 3 reps. Third year, didn't need to squat because I'd already won within 5 events, so didn't need to do it. Fourth year, needed to squat. A few good squatters there again. So Jamie Nash, I believe, did 6 reps. Did 6 reps. Jamie Nash did 6 reps. Adam King went out. He's normally a very good squatter, but he struggled with an adductor injury. He went out and did 2 reps, which surprised me, to be honest. I expected him to be probably more 5 plus. John Ford went out. He did 5 reps. Then Josh went out, and Josh is an incredible squatter. Sorry, he went out and did 7 reps, so he did enough to beat. Jamie. So at this point, I'm doing the maths in my head. I think I'm at this point 3 points clear of Josh. So I can't afford to lose 3 places to him. So I think, right, I'm going out there. What I need to do, I need to draw with John. So I need 5 reps of a 285 squat to win, because then I can afford to drop 2 points. So anyway, I got out there. I do my first rep. It's really easy. The best it's ever felt at this competition. You're 6 events in. You've heard how heavy it is. I'm thinking, this is the best it's ever felt. let's get some. I'm going to get 5 easy here. I could potentially get 6. I'm thinking in my head. I do the first squat, it flies up. I do the second squat, it flies up. I do the third squat, I drop it on my head, straight over my head onto the safety bars. I immediately come up, not happy at all, and say I've fucking lost, haven't I? So, lost the competition by half a point because of that. So I needed to do 3 more repetitions of that squat. But yeah, Josh beat me fair and square. He did very, very well all the way through. He was beating me, or he was right up there behind me on every event. So I've got no qualms losing to him. Really good first year at Midlands Strongest Man for him. Really good first year for Adam as well. Did a great job. Jamie Nash as well. He's going to be good in the future. He's just got some little things to work out. You know, it's his first Opens comp, and he's gone into one of the heaviest shows in the UK for, you know, amateur strongman. And then a special shout out for my mate Phil, the Hawk, Phil the Hawk Hawkswell. He went in with a suspected fracture in his spine and still did it, and came about mid-pack, I think. Did really well. I love competing with Phil. He's a really good vibe. And Will Mellish has come on leaps and bounds as well. Some really good performances from him. I've just seen him every year that I've been doing it go up and up and up and up. And he's a big fucker now as well. So yeah, that's my review of Midlands Strongest Man. I think it may be my favourite year I've ever done it. Really, really was really good. Brutally heavy comp. Really a lot of fun. One of the funnest comps that I do every year. The lads that compete there are great crack, and it's just a really heavy competition run by people who know what they're doing. So I always feel dead safe, even though I spin the squat over my head. I always feel really safe squatting there. You've got loaders and spotters that really know what they're fucking doing with heavy weights, especially on squats, because Dave's an absolute squat fiend. So yeah, really happy with that. It's been a really good competition, and looking forward to Ultimate Single and Strongest Man that I'll do another video on, because we've got the events for that now. And you know, some good ones, some not so good ones. We'll see how it goes. Thank you. Bye.